Okay, this is for my pre-calculus class. This is lab 3, the right triangle trigonometry for sine, cosine, tangent. And I already did one video that covered a few problems, the basics of 1, 2, 3, and 8. And so this video is to continue on and to do some more problems. So I'm going to start on this one where I left off on the other video, and I'm going to start on 13. Okay. Now, if you recall, 13 through, it says here on the lab that problems 8 through 25, you have to use the same picture of the right triangle. So that's cool. They let us know how to draw the triangle because sometimes that's the hardest part. So here's my right triangle. This is how they want us to draw it, where angle C is down here and angle A is up here and angle B is here. And they said that side B is 12, so little b is across from angle B. And angle B is 60 degrees, so I'm going to label this. And they want us to find C, or little c, which is our hypotenuse, in the simplest radical form. So first of all, I want you to always label it hua. So this is my hypotenuse across from the right angle. Here's my opposite and my adjacent. And you'll notice that I have things by the H and the O. So this is going to be sine. So sine of 60 degrees is opposite over hypotenuse. So we're looking for C. And since they said in simplest radical form, I do remember that on my table that the sine of 60 degrees is radical 3 over 2. So I know you can put that in your calculator, but I want you to use the exact value on your table. That's going to be equal to 12 over C. Then I'm going to cross multiply. Radical 3C equals 24. C equals 24 divided by radical 3. And don't forget that we have to rationalize this. So we're going to do radical 3 over radical 3. And that will come out to be 24 radical 3. Whoops, 24 radical 3 over 3. And then the 24 and the 3 can reduce down here to an 8. So C is 8 radical 3. Okay. So that's how we do 13. The next one I wanted to do is over here on the right is number 17. And this one says it's the measure of angle B equals 27 degrees 10 minutes, and B is 19, find A. It's the same picture. Okay. So I have here angle C is here, and A and B are here. And they said here angle B is 27 degrees 10 minutes, and small b is 19, so it's right across the way. So this one is, they said here, find A to the nearest tenth. So they want us to find little a, which is going to be down here. So the first thing I'm going to do is label it hua, H, O, and A. I have stuff by the O and A, so I'm going to do the tangent of 27 degrees 10 minutes is going to be opposite, which is 19 over A. So you'll see that this one is very similar to what we did, but before I could put the actual value in. Here I have to put this in my calculator. So I've got to cross multiply. So I have A times the tangent of 27 degrees 10 minutes is going to equal 19, and then divide by that. So I have A is 19 divided by the tan of 27 degrees 10 minutes. And when I do that, said to the nearest tenth, it comes out to be, A comes out to be 37.0. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that you can go through and do that as well. It's very similar. So that's 13 and 17. All right, on the next page, I'm going to do 20. So this is basically for you to make sure that if you're stuck on something, you can look at this. Now here, a lot of these problems say to the nearest 10 minutes. I don't want you to worry about that. Just go to the nearest degree, okay? So 19 says the same thing, nearest 10 minutes. Just go to the nearest degree, all right? So I'm going to do 20. Same picture, so that's nice. So here's C, A, and B. And they said to tell you that B is 14, so little b is 14, and little c is 20. So this one's a little bit different because they want me to find angle B, which I'm going to call X. All right. Now, if I asked you to find the side CB, or little a, if you will, you could do the Pythagorean theorem, but they want you to find the angle. So I'm going to still label it HOA. So this is HOA. And I see I have stuff by the O and the H. So this is going to be the sine. So the sine of x, because I don't know what it is going to equal opposite over my hypotenuse. Now, if I do this and I don't have the angle, you have to use inverse sine, because the only way you can separate these two is by inverse sine to undo it. If I do it on that side, I have to do it on this side as well. So this cancels out. So x is really the inverse sine of 14 divided by 20. And it kind of undoes it. Well, it does undo it, so that you actually come out to figure out what the angle is. And when I do that, I get x to be 44.43. So that's roughly 44 degrees. You don't need to go to the nearest 10 minutes. So if you have just sides and you don't have the angle and you use the inverse trig function, you're basically undoing your equation to find the angle. Okay, let's try another one of those. Like 21 is like that. Same picture. CAB. And in this one, they say little a is 10, little b is 15, and they want us to find the measure of angle A. So I'm going to call that x. Again, you're going to label it HOA. So this is HOA. I have stuff by the O and A, so this is going to be tangent. So I'm going to do the tangent of angle X is going to be opposite over adjacent. Okay. Again, I don't know the angle. I can't just put that in my calculator. I can't cross multiply. The only way to unhook this is to use inverse tan to undo the tangent. There's no other way to do this. So I say, thanks for playing. X equals the inverse tan of 10 divided by 15, because you're saying, okay, what angle gives me that ratio is what you're basically solving for. When you do that, you get x to be 33.69, and they said to the nearest degree, so that's going to be 34 degrees. Okay, so the next video I'm going to start with number 26, which are some of the word problems.